talk about selection sorting. So the basic comparison number to any other number and then finds the smallest number. But it takes a long time for a long list, but it's more efficient for a short list.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the selection sorting algorithm. So basically what this algorithm is that it compares one number to the other number. If one number is less than the other number, such as 5 is less than 6, it's going to stick with 5 and compare it to the rest of the numbers. If one number is less than 5, it's going to switch on to that number and stick with that number and compare with the rest. And then if that number is the smallest number, it's going to be taken out, swap it out, and brought to the front of the deck. And that number is going to be the smallest number, so we don't need it. We don't even need to use it anymore because it's sorted out. And then we keep on repeating until it's all sorted out. Alright, now let's begin. So 6 is greater than 5, so we stick with 5 because 5 is less than 6. Now we compare 5 to 2. 2 is less than 5, so now we stick with 2. 1 is less than 2, so now we stick with 1. 1 is less than 10, so we still stick with 1. And 1 is less than 8. So now that we know that 1 is the smallest number, so we take that out and bring it to the front. So now we don't even have to use 1 anymore, because 1 is now sorted out. Now we do the same with the other deck, with the other cards of the deck. So now 6 greater than 5, so we use 5. 5 greater than 2, so we use 2. 2 is less than 10, so we use 2. 2 is less than 8, so we use 2. Now we know that 2 is the smallest of this deck. Now we bring this out and put on to the side with next to 1. Now we do it again. 6 greater than 5, so we use 5. 5 is less than 10, so we use 5. 5 is less than 8, and we use 5. Now 1, 2, and 5 are all sorted out. Now we have these 3 cards remaining. So 6 less than 10, so we use 6. 6 less than 8, still stick with 6. Alright, so now we know the 6 is the smallest card in this deck. Now we do 10 and 8. 10 is greater than 8, so 8 goes here, 10 goes here. Now it's all sorted out.
Alright, so now I'm going to explain the code. So what this is doing is declaring the classes. So I string the X string and the left classes. So this right over here, this is where I read the file, my 10,000 numbers text file. It's declaring the size. So when I read the file, it's going to sort the file. Declaring my vector. So right over here, it's declaring the end value, which is going to be 0, which is the starting value. And then it's showing the value that n is less than the size value vector. You want the file to be separated into vectors, all the vectors, and sometimes the other numbers. This right over here, this is where the sort of all the sorting is going to occur. So what this sorting code is going to be doing is that it's going to find the lowest number, and it will compare each number to every number. And then if it finds a number lower than the first iteration number, it's going to use that number instead of the number. And then when you find the lowest number, and when you're sure it's the lowest number, you're going to push that number to the front of the list. And then that number will be locked in. So, right over here, it's going to show that number's locked in. And it will move. So, and it's going to find the next lowest number. So, for example, the numbers are 3, 4, 5. So 3 is the smallest number. So 3 is going to be pushed to the side where the first lowest number will be. So that's going to be the seventh number. So it's going to continue on until it will be done. And then that's how the sorting will occur. And then this code over here is going to display all of the sorted code, and then it will be finished.